You know, I had a knack for controversy, which heavily attracted the media attention. My my next album, the Marshall Mathers LP, reached diamond status in the year 2000. Um, you know, Leading to me becoming the first white person to appear on the cover of Source magazine. And after two divorces with my wife Kim, a lawsuit from my mother, um, I remain strong. Some people may see me as a nuisance or a bad role model for kids, um, but there's one thing I believe that I achieved that no one can deny. Um, and just for some backstory, I grew up in a working class neighborhood in Detroit, Michigan. With black population, Detroit numbers like 700,000 plus, somewhere around there. That's about 80 something percent of the total population. So me, I'm a minority there in Detroit, being a white man. And in my early life, I was often bullied and beaten by other kids in the neighborhood. I didn't know my father. I tried to reach out to him, but he never came back and responded. I failed my classes, but the only thing I felt like I was good at was English, and I soon discovered that English was a place where I could express myself. They became my tools for my rapping career in the future. I found that no matter how bad I was at school, no matter how low my grades might have been at sometimes, I was always good at English, and I just felt like I want to be able to have all these words at my disposal in my vocabulary at all times whenever I need to pull them out, just somewhere where they're stored, locked away. And so me and my friend Mike Ruby, we began rapping together around the age of 14, and we decided that Eminem was to be my rapper name, like the Eminem candy. Later we changed it to Eminem, spelled Eminem, adds a little more character. We started going around in underground rap battles, and started to make names for ourselves. And I soon found myself in a few little small, kind of tight-knit rap groups. None of them really went anywhere. But later, just growing up, going through life, I ended up having my daughter Haley with my girlfriend Kim, and she would later become the subject of the topics of many of my songs. And by this time I was about 20 years old and struggled to support my family. Worked 60 plus hour work weeks at a restaurant called Gilbert's Lodge, and just a few days before Christmas, they fired me. I would come home every single day from working double shifts and stop along the way to pick up a couple gifts, some of the lyrics in my song Jealousy Woes. And, I was working a lot, and, I felt like I wasn't appreciated. Along with getting fired from my job, I lost my home, hit rock bottom. Even though things looked bleak, I knew things would turn out for the better. And, despite all these hardships and struggles, I made it priority to attend the 1997 Rap Olympics in Los Angeles. This way, I knew I had the talent. I didn't quite know that I would make it so far. And I ended up actually placing second. And Dr. Dre, he actually reached out to me after that, and he said, I don't give a fuck if you're purple. If you can kick it, I'm working with you. And that just kind of kick-started our entire rapping career. And, one day I was poor, and the next I was the kingpin of rap. I was just on the top charts. And, what was really interesting is that Dr. Dre was black and I was a white kid. I was just kind of kind of rap, which was so integrated into black culture, was now spreading its way to the rest of the world. It didn't matter if I was white. Rap was becoming a part of America's culture. And we worked together to make my first album, Slim Shady, which we reached quadruple platinum. And just recently, in my last album, you know, Revival, I wrote a song called Untouchable, which shows me defending black culture. Because I grew up in black culture. And it's kind of interesting to see the divide in America lately, that between both black and white culture, and it's not something I like to see. I don't like seeing all the racism in the world. And I just, in my songs, I want to address racism in America through a medium that all people can understand, through what is arguably one of the most popular genres of music, which is rap, hip-hop. I don't think these issues can be fixed by simply belittling the other side for its incompetence. I crossed cultural lines, and I succeeded. And in a genre that was defined by black culture, I think I proved in the sense that culture doesn't really mean anything. All people can enjoy these things, and saying that something such as a genre of music like rap only belongs to one culture, I think, is racist within itself. And I think I proved that. And I think I've helped pave way for countless white rappers to enter the scene. I hope that eventually, through my medium of music, that together we can all stop racism.